Good evening. We begin tonight with a violent and deadly shooting that shattered a quiet night in the city's south end.
2 men gunned down, 6 others injured after shots erupted outside a wedding. It happened at the Infinity Convention Center near the airport, about 20 minutes south of downtown, around 10:20 Saturday night. CTV's Natalie Van Roy was on the scene over the course of the day. She's back in studio now with the latest details. Natalie.
Colton, it was an outburst of violence in a very public place last night. Neighbors say they heard nearly 24 gunshots ring out. Now police are looking for anyone who may have information or video from the area from the time of the shooting. Dozens of evidence markers outside of the Infinity Convention Center Sunday morning after one of Ottawa's most violent shootings in recent history.
I saw 50 guests are coming from this center. They are really in panic situation.
2 men killed and 6 others injured at a wedding just before 10:30 Saturday night. Both victims, 26-year-old Saad Mohammed Ali and 29-year-old Abdikshar Abdi Dahir, were from Toronto.
Victims were attending at a wedding reception in the area of the 2900 block of Gibford Drive when the shooting occurred outside of the location.
Neighbors living nearby said they heard between 20 and 25 gunshots.
Coppers are all away, like here, this side, all this is a pack up on the another side of the road, the back of the road. I don't know what's going on. It's really terrible condition last night.
Police have released few details, unable to say how many people were involved or whether the incident is targeted, but did say there is no indication that this was a hate-motivated attack.
There's no information at this time to indicate that it's any specific community targeted.
Police tape surrounding the facility Sunday. A statement from the Infinity Convention Center says an incident occurred that cannot be described as anything less than a tragedy. Our hearts break for the victims and their families. Going on to say we are actively assisting local authorities and their investigation. Police have not provided a suspect or vehicle description. It's not clear if the suspect was attending the wedding the night of the incident. The extent of the injuries of the other 6 victims is unknown. Ottawa's homicide unit is leading the investigation. This is the nation capital's 12th and 13th homicides of 2023. Natalie Van Roy, CTV News, Ottawa.
Now joining us live in studio with more on last night's shooting, Ottawa Police Chief Eric Stubbs. Chief Stubbs, thank you much for joining us, unfortunately, under these circumstances. Now, police have said that this is likely not a hate-motivated incident. Are there any possible connections to gang activity either here in Ottawa or elsewhere?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, there has been no evidence to indicate that this is a hate crime, and we've had a lot of discussions with community as well as the evidence that's been gleaned, so that is a positive. However, obviously the guns and gangs connection is being examined thoroughly in this instance.
This is one of the most violent shootings in recent history here in the city, and it happened in a public place with multiple businesses nearby. Have police been able to obtain any video that shows the shooting or any of the suspects fleeing?
Certainly in that area, in the convention center, there is a number of businesses in the surrounding parking lot as well too. We are aggressively trying to obtain all the video that is in that area. However, we still need the public's help. If there's cell phone video that's been taken, perhaps residential cameras, and other businesses as well too, that if there is something you think that can aid us, we encourage the public to contact us.
And at this point, police have not released a suspect description. Is that included in what's going on with the next steps here in the investigation?
Yeah, certainly, they're examining the video. They're looking at the people that were on site. And when we do have a description, we definitely will be releasing that to the public.
And both victims are from the Toronto area. And last month, an Ottawa man was arrested in Toronto with 24 handguns. What are your levels of concern around the spread of firearms and violence across the province? And how do the local police forces, as well as the OPP, work together to solve all of this?
Yeah, certainly, cross-jurisdictional crime is not a new thing, and it's important that we have great communication, collaboration with our partners. And I can tell you, with the OPP, the Toronto Police Service, and the GTA agencies, we actively work with them on a number of ongoing files, be it firearms, gang-related, homicides, or auto theft crime. Joint force operations are common, and we will continue to do so in this case if necessary.
Well, Ottawa Police Chief Eric Stubbs, thank you so much for your time and joining us live in studio tonight.
My pleasure.